are you first and foremost?
I'm fine.
Good. I was just wondering, we're starting to see a lot of players talk about maintaining mental wellness and the difficulty of that. And obviously, there are a lot of issues outside of the Orlando bubble that are impacting all of you as players and as people. But have you seen any of that amongst the team? Are you experiencing any difficulty trying to stay positive and focus on basketball with so much going on around you?
It is because it's going wrong, and it, it's because our people, like our people, are being harmed. So it's kind of difficult to focus on basketball because we all have families at home, we all have brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, and they're not NBA stars or NBA basketball players. They're regular people. So when you think of it as that aspect, like you never know what could happen if they get pulled over or they just wrong place, wrong time. So it's hard to be in a positive place. My main thing is just telling everybody stay safe and just 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 do the things necessary. Like just try to stay out of trouble. I know it's hard, but like it's one of those things where if we can just be mindful on a lot of things that's happening and how we can avoid those situations. I mean, I feel like it would help a lot of NBA players, kind of regain focus.
Ira Winderman.
Ma'am, Coach, how are you? Coach just told us that Wednesday night and Thursday were no place for basketball. Everyone needed to step away. There were far more important things. He said then that the team came in and worked well both on Friday and today. Obviously, your next playoff series could start as soon as Monday. From a basketball perspective, you will have been off for at least a week. From an emotional perspective, you've obviously been removed from the game also. What's this balance like? That this is the most important time, I guess, in society in recent years, but also one of the most important times for you guys as a team after starting back in October moving forward. What's that balance been like? Where do you think you stand basketball-wise?
Man, as a team, I feel like we have a great balance. And, we're at a stage now where anybody can go talk to anybody and we won't take it personally. Or if you just need somebody to talk to, it ain't even got to be between you and them. But I feel like this team has a great balance because we're so mature and we all can go to one of our teammates and have a conversation and it won't leave me or him. So I feel like we found a great balance of, trying to focus on basketball, but obviously trying to find ways where we can stop social injustice and just, keep building this thing to where we're all equal.
And then from a basketball perspective, if Milwaukee wins today, obviously you play them starting Monday. If they win Monday, you play them Wednesday. I think there's probably a little more focus on Milwaukee right now. Do you sort of going to watch that game more with the focus on Milwaukee to sort of get yourself ready that come as early as 4 o'clock Monday, you might be playing them in the Eastern Conference semifinals? Thank you.
I mean, at the end of the day, we got to watch the game first before we make any moves. So, right now we gonna watch the game and we gonna figure out at the end of that game where we go from that point on.
Anthony Chang.
Hey man, I know you make fun of Giannis at times because of his age, but how helpful has it been to have him on roster during this time? Especially, I know the reports out there how instrumental his voice was in those meetings. How helpful has it been to have him to turn to during these moments?
That's a 17-year vet. It ain't that hard to figure out. What I mean? Obviously he's been in championships. He's been in the finals. He's been in those situations where, if he wasn't here in downtown, who knows what could have happened. So he's been on both sides of the fence. So just having him talk and really to see everybody listen to UD is, it's really a helpful thing for us because at the end of the day, we're all trying to grow up and have such an impact like he does around the league.
Ethan Skolnick.
Hey, Bam, I was wondering if you could take us through your own personal process. I know everybody sort of treats the players like they all have the same opinion about everything. And I know you guys are all your own people and have to make your own decisions about what you're comfortable with in terms of playing going forward. Could you kind of go through your process, and did you see the value in continuing and using your platform here, or were there any thoughts what it just isn't worth it at this time, that there's other things we need to address, and this season needs to stop?
You know, me being young, you know, I can't really have no say so if the season goes on or not. You know, I'm one young fella in this league, but for me, it's just if we have an opportunity to speak our minds on national television every single night and keep bringing awareness to it. You know, I feel like a lot of guys who don't have certain a certain fan base, you know, they think about it like it'd be great for us to be on TV, and then other dudes who have that fan base, you know, they can leave the bubble and go do whatever they want, and you know, make an impact because everybody knows their name. So, for me, you know, I was caught between the fence, man. I'm not even gonna lie. I want to go back home and help people, but I also want to stay here and bring, you know, awareness through media, through being on TV. You know, I feel like we get a lot of eyes on us when we have certain walk-in fits that, you know, have like names or a statement across it or anything in that matter. So I'm on the fence with it.
Thanks, Ben.
Wes Lammy, go ahead.
Hey, Bam. You mentioned obviously you continually, like, just when you guys swept the Pacers post game, you kept obviously mentioning Jacob Blake and continuously doing that. The NBA Players Union and obviously an NBA, they agreed one thing was the importance of using the venues for voting. Can you just talk about how important that is, especially where people may not understand the importance of voter suppression?
Just because you know, you don't have to go out of your way to vote, and you know, finding ways to make it easy for somebody to vote. I feel like that's the thing about it. You know, a lot of people, but because they're working and you know they have a job and they you know it's registration times or whatever. So just imagine you want to go vote, but your boss says you can't vote because I'll fire you because you got to work this day and that day. That's voter suppression right there at its best. Like my mom's went through it. You know, I seen it and didn't understand it when I was younger, but I get it now. And you know, to have those arenas open and getting those people in there safe and getting them to vote, it just changes the world. And it helps us, it helps them, it helps the United States, and it helps the world.
Manny Navarro.
Hey, Bam, just as a follow-up to Wes, you know, you mentioned the voting and getting that done. I know obviously the Heat has done a lot. They've kind of been at the forefront as an organization to support the movement. But I'm curious, after this meeting that you guys had as players, did you as a team at all approach Mickey with some more things that you wanted to see the Heat do as an organization that might help the cause even more?
I mean, that's an in-house thing. You know, I feel like that's for us in the locker room and the staff and Mickey, and for us to go about. You know, I feel like that doesn't need to be, you know, said right now at this moment or later on until let's get finished.
I got you. Thank you.
All right, Bam, that looks like it's it. Thank you for your time.
Black Lives Matter, people.